Your quality will be known among your enemies before ever you meet them, my friend.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You know who I am, ETTemplar, Supreme Misfit, Professional Dipshit, and the rumors are looking to be true. Let's get into it. David Wilcock, a well-known American paranormal writer, YouTuber, author, and figure in the UFO disclosure community, frequent contributor to Ancient Aliens, and known for his books and live streams on topics like consciousness, extraterrestrials, and alternative science, reportedly died by apparent suicide on April 20th, 2026 at age 53. And before we read more into this, no one is celebrating this man's death. Even among his critics and detractors, we're going to miss him. He was a funny, weird guy. And he was funny. And I can't think that there was anyone who legitimately hated him or who legitimately wanted him to die. He was a weird little guy. And we're going to deeply miss him. I know I will personally. It's the fact that we will never see a Tranma or him, make fun of his dad jokingly, or even his weird science and his clips and his slides. The fact that this is the end of what essentially is just generally a good guy is really sad. And there's people out there saying again that there's people celebrating his death and suicide. No one, even Stephen Cambion and even I. Now this is sad. And he's gonna be missed. So let's keep reading here. Incident details. According to Boulder County Sheriff's Office in Colorado, deputies responded to a 911 call around 10:44 a.m. on April 20th, 2026 regarding an unknown problem or a man in a suspected mental health crisis at a residence at 1400 Block Ridge Road near Nederland, Colorado, where Wilcock lived. Officers arrived around 11:02 a.m. and encountered a man outside the home holding a weapon. Within minutes of contacts, the man used the weapon on himself, a self-inflicted gunshot wound per multiple reports. He was pronounced dead at the scene. No one else was reported at the property. The sheriff's office did not initially name the individual, pending next of kin notification and coroner confirmation. However, the location matched Wilcock's known residence, and timing details quickly led to widespread identification in media and online reports. Confirmation and reaction. TMZ and other outlets, e.g. Hindustan Times and Dexero, reported his death, citing sources describing it as an apparent suicide. U.S. Representative Anna Paulina Luna, Republican of Florida, publicly confirmed the passing on X, formerly Twitter, stating that we just learned of the tragic passing of David Wilcock. We are praying for his family and loved ones and the millions of lives he impacted. She included a Bible verse from John 8:32. His Wikipedia page has various memorials listed dates as April 20th, 2026, born on March 8th, 1973. Wilcock had been active in the UFO paranormal space, including recent live streams. Reports mentioned he posted or spoke days earlier about going through a really rough week, intense stuff, or feeling grateful to be alive and amid concerns over people disappearing or mysterious deaths in the scientist UFO researcher community. Some clips from shortly before his death had been described as chilling in hindsight. That stream is still up on YouTube, and he seemed happy. There's no way he was really suffering from some stuff that people didn't know, which is oftentimes the case, which is horrible for mental health people. Usually, you get laughed at if you admit to your depression or issues. And in some cases, even, close friends and families are often the most brutal. But skepticism and conspiracy theories in ufology and conspiracy-oriented circles may have questioned the suicide narrative, which I kind of question it. Because he just... It's crazy to think that he would do this, but Wilcock had previously stated, including an older post resurfacing now, that he was not suicidal at all, and that if news of his death, suicide emerged, people should not believe, implying possible foul play or threats. Some people to his history or of claiming surveillance or dangers related to his work. His biographer, Winfrey, was reported to have died just days earlier, fueling speculation about connections or patterns to the community. So if his biographer also died, is that what it was reported to have died? So that's weird. There's a lot of foul play and weird shit here. Regardless of your opinion, that's fucking weird. Online discussions, Reddit X, etc., include theories of murder staged as suicide, especially given the broader context of recent alleged suspicious deaths among UFO-related researchers. And this has been happening with nuclear researchers and military UFO researchers as well. So something weird's going on. Something's happening, regardless if you're a conspiracy kook or not. No official evidence of foul play has been released. The sheriff's office described it as a mental health crisis response that ended in suicide. The Boulder County Coroner's Office is handling the formal case and manner of death determination. As of now, April 22nd, 2026, Wilcox's immediate family has not issued a public statement in the widely reported coverage. The story is developing rapidly with heavy online discussion. Note, discussions of... anyways. If you or someone you know is in crisis, resources like the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline are available. But we all know that that's fucking, like, bullshit. That's the minimum amount of help. Maybe it actually helped some people. Maybe it has. Maybe it has saved countless lives. I don't know, but... man, this fucking sucks. And I again, a lot of people, not to play... we can't believe this happened, because he seemed like a guy who in his weird ufology, his weird theology that I still don't understand, he seemed like a person who always wanted to help with his ideology, and the fact that this has happened doesn't really add up. It really doesn't. It makes zero sense whatsoever, because this guy, you know, that kind of thing, it doesn't really factor into his character. But then again, you know, we don't know the depths of despair or what was going on in his heart and his mind and his soul. And to wrap this up, you know, David Wilcox is going to be missed. Like, regardless of the people and the, you know, critics and trolls or A-logs or whatever, you know, even Spooky on X and other people and myself, we've clearly stated that, you know, we're gonna fucking miss this guy. And his you know, his untimely end is just unreal. And I think a lot of people are gonna come to conclusion that this was obviously a hit of some level. And I think, not to be a conspirator, you know, but I think someone murdered him. Regardless of what I think about his theology, his weird Michael Archangel prophecies, and regardless of, you know, if people want to say he was running a scam, whatever, yeah, that's your freedom of speech to say so, but I don't know. And his community is going to be missed. You know, all the people who watched him and enjoyed his streams, they're going to miss him. And regardless of what the asshole critics like Stephen Campion does say, where, oh, they're mostly bots, there is going to be a considerable amount of people that are missing him. And if that's the one thing we can all end on in this video, is that at the end of the day, man, is the world a darker, shittier place without David Wilcox. So, yeah, that's news on it. It fucking sucks. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Hopefully, well, I'm not gonna say if you found it interesting, that'd be fucked up, but yeah, that's a shock to all of us. So, see you next time. And if you are struggling, you know, there is people out there. Reach out, even if you think people don't care. There's people who do. So, see you next time. God bless. Stay happy, stay healthy, and yeah, it's a sad day, man.